And I'm going to let our agents in. Okay. Great. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Is it mi casa, su casa? We're going to be in Mexico today at a beautiful, beautiful property. I can't wait to get updated. I'm just going to quickly go to live, FaceTime live in the Spoiled Agent Facebook group because we have agents waiting for us there as well. Welcome. Look at everybody piling in. Wow, that's amazing. Hi, everybody. Hey, Evelyn. Not bad, huh? This is pretty good. Hola, amiga.
I can't see it, but I trust you.
There. I promise you. Hey, Carrie. Welcome. Good afternoon. We got some Philly. Hi, Patricia.
Oh, I love Philly.
Nice. Okay, you know what, guys? You know what I love for you guys to do? Would you guys mind? I like to show off a little bit. I like to show off just to, we have each, and to show, of course, Evelyn from the Valentin Imperial Riviera Maya beautiful property. I'd like her to know that we have agents from coast to coast right across the U.S. If you don't mind just letting us know what state, city you're from, that would be amazing. Here we go. Excellent. I just love you guys. You're the best. Thank you. I guess another question I have is, has anybody stayed at this fabulous property? And I don't care how long ago it was. I just want to know if you stayed there before. I haven't, and I got to get my butt down there because it's definitely on my list. Okay, good job. Hey, Florida, you haven't. Excellent. Okay, so I do have my partner, my partner in crime here, Evelyn from the Valentin Imperial Riviera Maya. She's with me today. And I'm just going to get live I'm live on FaceTime, so all is good there. And we're going to get started. I'm just showing my camera just for the very beginning. Evelyn is caught in that big bad storm that's passing through. I think maybe some of you guys are a part of that. So just to make sure with the internet stays nice and strong, we're going to have our camera off because having the video running as well, it takes up a little bit of that beautiful Wi-Fi clearness that we need. So there we go. All right, so before we get started, you guys know the deal. We are gonna kick it off with the presentation. Everybody's muted. We're using a Zoom webinar. So if you're in your PJs, that's okay. We're not going to see you because your cameras are all off and everybody is muted. But we want to answer all of your questions. So if you guys don't mind, the chat box actually is already over 100 chats, messages in the box already. So if you guys don't mind, if you do have a question, if you look in the bottom of the panel there, you'll see Q&A. Can you please type any questions you have in the Q&A box? If you type it in the chat, we're probably going to miss it. We want to see your questions and we want to answer them, but again, it's probably going to get buried because it's a little bit hard to see them. So all questions in the Q&A, please, and we will make sure that they are all answered today. Okay. I think that's it for me. I'm going to hand it over to Evelyn. And Evelyn, I'm going to hide my camera. I'm going to mute myself and I'm going to listen and learn. And if you need me, just give me a holler and I'll join you for question and answer. Okay?
Yeah, I was just say, Kelly, help!
I'm here. Okay, guys.
Thank you so much, Kelly. So you guys already know, yes, there's a storm right now where I am. I doubt there's any of you right here because I'm in Quebec City right now, but yeah, there's a storm outside. So if I suddenly disappear, it's probably because the power went off, but hopefully it's not gonna happen because I said it before. So there you go. I am here to present the beautiful Valentin Imperial Riviera Maya, which is the ideal adults-only luxury resort in Riviera Maya. It's a hidden gem. We use this phrase a lot. A lot of you are familiar with the product. Not everybody, and it's okay because we are a family-owned property. We're pretty much a standalone hotel. We do have other properties a little bit in Cuba or in Spain, but it's really a standalone hotel. The Valentin Imperial Riviera Maya is the only one you guys can go to. So pretty much it's an independent hotel for you. And it's family owned. And I can't stress this enough. So you guys know that it's a very special product. And when I call it the hidden gem, it's because when you found it, it's like finding the little X on the treasure map. you know where it is. It's like the treasure island that is in the middle of all the hotel chains. This one, like I said, a standalone property. So Valentin Imperial Riviera Maya is actually very unique. I used to be a representative for a tour operator from Canada, actually. And yeah, I'm French Canadian, by the way. That's the accent. So yes. So I used to be working for a tour operator, and I worked in over six different destinations in over 100 hotels. And when I was put into Valentin Imperial, I just literally fell head over heels. You say that heels over head. Anyway, so and it was so special. The vibe, first of all, when you get over there, is so incredibly special. Maybe it's because it's family owned and we're really close to each other, close to the owners, and there's some kind of magic happening over there. If you have been there before, you know what I'm talking about. And everything transcends in beauty. It is made like an elegant Mexican haciendas, like the Mexican haciendas of the past. So you will see it in the architecture, the columns, the chandelier, the greatness, the high ceilings, the beautiful chandeliers. Which makes it special. If you go to Mexico, you want to feel that you're in Mexico, and then it's a luxury, laid back ambience that you get. So I particularly enjoy it. I was never able to leave after I was put there to attend the hotel. So I was there actually when the hotel opened. So very unique with this beautiful architecture. And remember, and I'm telling you again, why we are a family-owned property. That means there are some perks when you have that, like no time sharing on property. So we do not have time sharing, and we have a lot of repeat business. So you guys, if you already sold the resort, you probably know that already, because your clients keep on coming back to you to come back to us. And you're going to keep your clients because there is no time sharing, and it's very rare nowadays. But, you know, being a family-owned property, it has all its perks. Also, we have the perfect location. We're only 25 minutes south of the airport of Cancun. That means that you don't have a lot of driving time or time in your transfer when you want to get to the property after you arrive at the airport of Cancun. We are located in a place that's called Playa del Secreto, which means the secret beach. It's a very secluded place, but it's close to a lot of things. You're only 20 minutes north of Playa del Carmen, about 30 minutes south of the city of Cancun, and there's many activities around too. In normal times, for example, my favorite one, which is like 5 minutes away from the lobby, would be the Cirque du Soleil, amazing. So that makes for a good evening as well. But and we're really looking forward to them for them to resume their activities. And then this is Playa del Secreto. See what I mean? It is one of the most beautiful beaches in the area. It's a half-mile long of pristine white sand. When I say secluded, there's no public access near our beach. So there's pretty much only our clients. And we have the best of both worlds for this beach. We have half of the beach that is completely swimmable, beautiful sand. And then you just get into the water on this side. And then you have the other side of the beach where it is a little bit more private, I would say, because there's less people. Since you don't go into the water on this side, it's mostly people who want to relax, enjoy being by the ocean, reading a book. This is where we're also going to be doing our weddings, our romantic dinners on the beach to make sure that it's even more secluded in that area. And then we have this beautiful, amazing main pool, which is one of the 10th, it has been voted on TripAdvisor, one of the 10th most breathtaking pools in the Riviera Maya. It is certainly one of the largest in Mexico, actually. And what I love about this swimming pool as well is that when you're there, you don't even see the buildings when you're at the pool. So you really feel like you're in the jungle and see how spacious it is. Sometimes I did go to other properties to attend event or things like that. And I'm always looking for the main pool because I'm used to this. I'm like, is that the main pool? Really? So this one, absolutely incredible. We have another very incredible pool, which is the swim up pool that we're going to see later. But this one right there, 2 swim up bars. And a lot of space. And, you know, we know that space is important right now. You can see it in the picture as well. All the space that we have, different buildings that are not too stuck together, lots of vegetation, everything breathes. So also nowadays, it's great for social distancing as well. And we do have golf carts for guys who would like some transportation to go around the resort. They go around at about 10-15 minutes. But usually for example, when you get used to the resort or our repeat business, they already know all the shortcuts. And trust me, there's like a gazillion. So the property in itself, it's not that large when you get to know it. So I'm going to show you some tips as well. We also have a great small group program that we're going to see in details a little bit further in the presentation, and our benefits for small groups. It starts with only 4 rooms, not 5, not 6, 4 rooms. So we're going to explore this program in more details. And also you need to know that Valentin is ideal for all type of clients that are 18 years and older. We get pretty much every kind of clients on property. Of course, we do get a lot of couples. It's an incredibly romantic space, but we get a lot of families traveling together, friends traveling together, girls trip. People come to celebrate all kinds of events on property, anniversaries, birthdays, retirement. We even have families that are now traveling together with their big kids that are 18 years and older and recently graduated, and they offered the family stay with them at Valentin as a graduation present. So we made a very special amenity for that because it's a great achievement. You know, when you study for so long and so hard and now you get your diploma, for me, it's the most important thing. So there you go. And we are focused on personalized service, gastronomy, good environmental practices. If you were wondering what that is on the picture, it's a cotton candy mojito, a must try when you go to the resort, my favorite. And we have, generally speaking, we're going to go into more details as well, but unlimited dining in 7 luxury specialty restaurants. The key over there is luxury. We're going to get into more details, as I said, but also no reservations, except for a few exceptions now that we have the Valentin Cares protocols. And we are also flexible for dietary needs. If you have clients that need gluten-free or are lactose intolerant, we can accommodate them. We just need to know in advance so we can let the team know. And also when you are in a restaurant, they're going to ask them if they have any dietary restrictions. We have a total of 11 bars on property. We literally have a bar for everybody's taste. If you're more of a sports bar kind of person, if you're more like a beach bar kind of person, or the very classy lobby bar where we even have IT in the afternoon. So a total of 11. And we have daily activities, nightly entertainment too. Right now, the occupancy in the Riviera Maya is capped by the government at 50%. So of course, we offer a lot of things, and then we're going to adapt depending on the resort's occupancy and what is going on. But there's always something to do. We have a lot of activities going on, and it's really nice, especially in the evening when people gather in our beautiful outdoor atrium, which is called Plaza España, when they have live music events and a DJ until 1 a.m. But you dance under the stars. You don't dance in a closed room, so that's absolutely fantastic. So we also have an ongoing travel agent promotion right now. So if I'm correct, Kelly should have sent an email this morning around 10 a.m. And then we're going to review most of the room categories that we have. So maybe it's going to help you. It's going to help you to give your clients the best advice on which room category to choose, which one is the best that fits their need. And also for you, if you want to come and enjoy the travel agent promotion that we have, I have that for you also at the end of the presentation. But we have a total of 540 luxury accommodations, which are divided in 524 junior suites and 16 suites. Just for the sake of time in this presentation, I removed the suites from the presentation because mostly you guys sell a lot of the suites. So we're going to focus on that. We are going to have travel agent resources for you guys as well if you want to get more information about something that I didn't have time to share today. But before we go and see all those room categories, I just want to go over a few features of the resort. So we do have personalized check-in on property. That means that you're going to be sitting with your front desk agent when you do your check-in. So it's not like a desk or a counter where you just stand in line You have personalized check-in. You sit with your front desk agent, and if if there are space also for social distancing, but if, for example, all the desks are busy, what you do is that you sit in the lounge area, and then whenever there's a desk ready, our front desk manager is going to go and get you to bring you to one of the tables. So that's a very nice experience when you get there. We do not have a wristband. We are 18 years and older, so we don't need to control the ages in the bar. So no wristband. That makes for a perfect tan and no scratches. I always scratch myself with those things for some reason. And we also have complimentary Wi-Fi throughout the property, except on the beach, because I am an extremely mean person. And at one point, I will force people to be on vacation when they're on property. And that would be, please look at the ocean. You don't have this at home. Just take advantage of the time that you have over there. So in the room as well, in the rooms as well, you will have high-end amenities like the Nespresso coffee maker, bathrobes and slipper, which is my favorite. When I used to travel a lot in the States, I never have those, except for this one hotel in New Orleans. But there you go. So the bathrobes and slipper, the in-room digital safe, and all the nice natural products. And before I go into deeper into the room categories as well, I just want to show you that we have 9 room categories in total, including 2 types of suites and 7 types of junior suites. And the most requested thing on property is the king bed. We do have a lot of couples, so you are going to see with the room categories that it is very easy that people get their king bed guaranteed. You just need to know which room category to select. We also have 8 rooms for disabled guests that are located on the ground floors in each of our buildings that I'm going to show you just after I talk about the privilege package. So the privilege package, what is that? It is a package that is included in our 1-bedroom suites, but this one you can add to any kind of junior suite with a minimum of 3 nights. So there is a minimum nights for the privilege package, 3 nights minimum. The first thing you need to take into account when you look at this slide is please write down this email address right there. Privilege, no D, .vim@valentinmaya.com. There is no E at Valentin. It is not Valentine. Valentin is the name of a person. If I have time, I'll tell you the story if you don't know it already. So privilege.vim@valentinmaya.com. Why do I say it's important? Because we have pre-arrival concierge services that are included with the privilege package, which means that you or your clients will be able to set everything for your stay before you arrive. But in the case of your clients, for example, we do not have their email address. So you have 3 options. You either give them the privilege address so they can contact their concierge and take advantage of their services before the arrival, or you can send me or my colleague their email address so we can give it to the privileged concierge and then they can contact your clients. Or you can do it on the client's behalf. I do have some agents that do like to set everything for the clients from A to Z. So you would then contact the privileged concierge. And you can always put me in copy and everything. By the way, my contact information will be displayed at the end of the presentation. So when you purchase the privilege package, usually most of the tour operator are going to create a category that includes it. So it's easier for you guys to book. And just the value of that. So, you know, if you, for example, were not able to book it on the tour operator, but your clients would still be interested to purchase it, you can let us know and then they can pay upon arrival. The public rate is $65 per person per night. And it has all kinds of perks, like the most sought after features, the lobster included in all the a la carte restaurants at no extra fees, the Bali bed that is reserved under their name at the pool or at the beach area, depending on their preference and upon availability. And they also have a bar that is going to be set into their room. So they're going to be able to pick the bottles in advance. I want this rum, this tequila, this vodka, and this gin, for example, and then everything is going to be set. It's nice to do that in advance, of course, because as the moment they walk into the room, everything is set up. So when I get into the section, some people ask me, yeah, but the Bali bed, can we get it? Can we get it? Just purchase a Bali bed. We don't want the rest. Well, first of all, these beds are supposed to be for the privileged guests. And there are some people that actually book the privilege upon arrival. So if your clients were inquiring about a Bali bed, you can get it on the same day. You can go and see the pool and beach concierge, ask them if there is availability for the same day. And if there is, the public rate right now is $40 US per day for the day. So that would be an option, but we cannot book those in advance. That's really important to know. So this is a map of the property, and I put it, I'm doing things differently. If you've been in my presentation, again, I'm just trying this. I wanted to show you all how large the property is. So right, this is even just only a part. Yeah, I had to make the highway closer because there's a lot of grounds between the lobby and the highway. So most of the services are concentrated in the area that you see at the bottom. And then you will have the buildings near the pools, and then you will have the beach, and the swimmable area would be on the left-hand side. But I just wanted to show you the property, and then I'm going to be able to point out where the room categories are located. So if we talk about the deluxe junior suite, it is our lead category. It is very important for this room category to know that the bedding is on request. It is either a king bed or 2 double beds on request. Again, remember, everybody almost asked for a king bed. So we're always trying to comply and honor the special request, but you need to keep in mind that the bedding is on request. So it is a very, very nice room. It has been remodeled a few years ago. The walls are so much brighter, and you have the beautiful red and the colors of the hacienda inside. You will have a Bluetooth system on the wall, among other things. But when I also talk about the deluxe junior suite, I want to point out that the bathroom in this room category is different than the other bathrooms that we have for the other room categories. If you book a deluxe junior suite, you will have one sink and you have a jetted bathtub for one person. Of course, you have the separate shower and the separate toilet always in the room categories behind the frosted glass doors. But in this room category, what you need to keep in mind, the single or one person jetted bathtub and one sink. This is also available for triple occupancy. Most of our room categories are max 2 adults, but this one is available for triple. Usually you're going to request 2 bed. We can add a 3rd bed in the room as well. But if you do have a request to add a 3rd bed in the room, just keep in mind, just for the space, they're going to have to move things around, maybe remove some other things. So it is something to consider. And then with the suitcases, we do have another room category that is better for a triple occupancy, but it's still available. And I wanted to show you on the map where the deluxe junior suites are located. So that would be building 3, 4, and 5 that you find in the middle of the map. You will have those buildings have 3 stories with an elevator, and you have rooms on both sides of the buildings, and you have a very nice tropical jungle view, which actually gives you a lot of privacy. And for me, I love this. So there you go. So that would be the deluxe. And then we're going to talk about the silvers. So there's 2 silver categories. Silver junior suite is the one we're going to start with, which is the category that follows the deluxe junior suite. This is the first category where you have a guaranteed king bed. So for a honeymoon or anniversary or guests that simply need their king bed guaranteed. So there you go. You can go to the silver junior suite. This is where the category also where you start getting the double sized jetted bathtub. You have 2 sinks, extremely good location as well for the silver. You have this beautiful open concept. It is a sheer curtain that will enclose the bathroom and the bedroom. But it's a category that we love because it's so well located, and I will show you why on the map in a second. What is the difference between the silver junior suite and the silver superior junior suite? Wait, you can see right now, the silver superior junior suite has been recently remodeled. So now you have different features that are available in this room category. For example, now you do have the Bluetooth system in the silver junior suite. You will have a new rain shower that you don't get in the silver as well, with the Growaway smart control thermostat. And then you have all the nice bright colors that have been added, and the new decor and the bigger TV. We actually have a different color on every floor so that if we get repeat business and they're not on the same floor at the other visit, they kind of get a little different experience. But you will get, again, the king bed guaranteed, the double size jetted bathtub, the 2 sinks, and also very well located. So let me just show you on the map right there. So you will have the silver junior suite room categories. Building 2 is the silver junior suite, and building 1 is the silver superior junior suite. It is extremely well located. It's not because it's not on the same side of the other room categories that it's not well located. It's far from the truth. First of all, you're super close to the services. And I would like to point out that there is a passage between building 1 and 2. So you literally can cross those buildings as well, which is one of the shortcuts the many shortcuts that I told you about. And if you get out on the side of the building 2, you actually are right by the main pool. And you have the most direct access when you follow this path, go through number 42, and then you have a little access to the beach as well, right on this side, and you access the beach on this side directly to the swimmable area. So that's also important to mention. So just take away this misconception that because it's not on the other side, it's not well located. That couldn't be further from the truth. Again, in those buildings, you will have 3 stories, an elevator, and you will have rooms on both sides with the beautiful tropical jungle view, as I call it, with a lot of privacy. And here we go. We're going to go explore the golden area. So in the golden area, you see there's the other pool that I told you about. Everybody calls it the lazy river. There's no current whatsoever, so you're going to have to push a little, but it's still extremely nice. It's a nice, quiet area. You do not have entertainment in this area that would be happening at the main pool. So you listen to the birds. You more often than once hear the ocean in the back. And you have in this area your own snack bar, your own bar, a concierge in every building at the entrance of every building. And these are the largest junior suites on property. So the most space you will get in the junior suite category is in that section. Every floor has a dedicated room category. Of course, you have the swim up on the ground floor, and then you have the golden junior suite on the second floor, and then you have the golden superior junior suite on the top floor. So let's go and see those features. The Golden Junior Suite is located again in the middle floor, as I just mentioned, and that would be your option that I think is the best for a triple room because you have so much more space. When you had a bed, we can put it in the living room area because you do have a living room area on the other side. And then look at this bathroom. It's so much bigger. You do have the double size jetted bathtub. But you also have more space, the 2 sinks, the 2 mirrors. I always think about girls trip when I think about this room category and seeing that they can get ready together. So this is something to consider for the space, mostly with the maximum occupancy of 3. So this is the only other junior suite that we have where you can have 3 people. The rest is all maximum 2 people. So second floor of this section. And then, I forgot to mention, we do have double beds, but you have king beds. So this is also the other room category that you have the bedding on request. The rest will guarantee a king bed. And there you go. So a guaranteed king bed on the top floor, which is the Golden Superior Junior Suite. Very nice view of the pool. Some people sometimes ask me, oh yeah, but you're so high up, can you see the ocean? No, you cannot see the ocean from the top floor, but you have this amazing zen nice view from the balcony. Just imagine yourself over there having a breakfast in room or just enjoying a drink over there. It's absolutely spectacular, very nice and romantic and quiet. So it is ideal for people, guests who actually like to be guaranteed to be on the top floor, because if you book this room category, you will get a 3rd floor. So the top floor. The bedding also a priority for the king bed guaranteed, and you also have the features that I mentioned before. So you saw the bathroom, what it looked like a little bit in the golden section, the 2 sinks and the double-sized jetted bathtub. And then you will have the golden swim up, of course, on the ground floor. So over there, again, a king size bed guaranteed. And you will have your own terrace with your own lounge chairs. So sometimes it's not something that happens really at the property, but sometimes new guests, they don't know that it's easy to find a chair. So if you want to give them peace of mind to this very special kind of clients that is a little bit stressed out before they travel. So they will get their own lounge chair on their own terrace with the Golden Swim Up Junior Suite. And again, king size bed only. You're a few steps away from the pool. You're going to get service, as well as people around the pool. You're going to get service from the waiters directly to your terrace. So let's have a look here. So the golden area is the horseshoe that you see on the map. You will have buildings 6, 7, and 8. If you look at those buildings, you see they're a bit different than the one that we saw previously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Because all the rooms in this category are facing the pool. There's rooms only on one side of the building, so you get a pool view when you're in this area. But there are also 3 stories and elevators. Now, I told you about handicapped suites. So we would have 1 in every building. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have in each building one of the handicapped junior suite. Except in the silver section, it's important to mention that those handicapped suites are actually deluxe junior suite. They're just located in a different building. But the reason is very simple. It's because of the bathroom. We cannot have the same kind of bathroom that we have in the silver junior suite because you need a roll-in shower. But it will let guests that are traveling together, if they are traveling with a guest that needs an handicap suite, then we can have a connecting room on the side with a silver junior suite that would have a king bed, for example. So you will have those features available. And in the golden section, the handicap suites as well will have 2 double beds. So that's the exception. Handicap suites has 2 double beds. They connect on the side with a golden swim up junior suite with the king bed. And they will also have the roll-in showers. And the Emerald Junior Suite, well, it is the highest kind of junior suite that you can get on property, but it's also been remodeled and was unveiled on July 1st when we reopened after being closed for 3 months. And it's so much beautiful. So much more beautiful than it used to be. It was beautiful already, but now it's all this new beautiful decor, the Caribbean accent, the textures. You will get like the new experience when you get into the Emerald Junior Suite, and they have redone the bathroom completely. So now the jetted bathtub has this amazing panoramic view that it didn't have before. The windows have all been changed, so it's even more views that you get over there. You get a partial ocean view in the Emerald Junior Suite. You see the palm trees on the beach right there. This is a protected area by the government because you have those palm trees are actually in danger of extinction. So we cannot cut. We wouldn't do that anyway. It's our pride and joy, those palm trees. It's our logo. If you sit it on the right corner in the bottom. So our logo is actually the leaf of the chit palm tree. It's called the chit palm tree. There you go. So we sell it as a partial ocean view. Some people think that if you're on the second floor, you're going to get a better view. It's not exactly the case. It really depends on the unit. So my tip for you guys, if you just request best view available, and there you go. The difference between the ground floor and the second floor is that on the ground floor, you do have a terrace with a hammock. So we have guests that are exclusively only want to request the ground floor, but again, it's a request. And then on the second floor, you have the nice balcony with the regular furniture, and there you go. So also part of look at this wet room. I mean, isn't it beautiful? I love it so much. So now, before you used to have 1 rain shower, now you have 2 rain showers. You have the Groway thermostat control over there, the new Venetian tiles in the bathtub, and we even added a new window on the wall that wasn't there before. So the room is brighter and it enhances the view as well. And everything now is more automated. So you have a digital panel control to control the AC, the ceiling fan. There's a blackout curtain for the new bedroom window. And then even for the screens that you have on the side of the jetted bathtub, which is actually oversized. If you look at it carefully, it's even bigger than the ones you have in the other room categories. So you also have a button to bring them down and pull them up. And you also have a digital panel for the please make the room or do not disturb sign outside of that appears outside of the bedroom, and all kinds of new features like also the Bluetooth, and everything that you get for this new room. So right now the buildings that have been remodeled are buildings 9, 10, and 11. So you can look at them on the map right there. So if you purchase an Emerald Junior Suite, these are the units that you get. The other ones are not for sale. So building 9, 10, and 11. And these buildings are different than the other ones too. If you look at it carefully, they're smaller buildings, and there are 12 rooms in each block, and there's only 2 floors. There's no elevator, so only 2 floors, and there's no handicap suite in that area. Are you guys hungry? Did you have lunch yet? I'm gonna make you hungry now. This is so good what's on the slide right now. We're going to talk about the gastronomy real quick. The food is so good at the resort. So let's go and see this in further details. During the day, you will have 2 buffets for breakfast and lunch, one by the ocean, one in the main building. We have now also a la carte options. Depending on the occupancy, it is possible that the restaurant by the ocean will have available on the a la carte menu instead of the buffet menu, but it really depends on the occupancy. But the new breakfast a la carte option, that is there, and that is going to stay because it had been requested for such a long time by our repeat guests that they also wanted for breakfast, even if there was a buffet, to have an a la carte breakfast option. So this one is going to be permanent. We have 24-hour room service that is included, and it's not like some other hotels when let's say go in the United States that between 11 and 7 a.m. or something, you have snacks or things like that. It is a full menu for the 24 hours. So if you want to have dinner at 5 a.m., you can do so. So it is part of the all-inclusive. And then we have the 7 unlimited a la carte luxury specialty restaurants in the evening with no reservations, and the mandatory dress code. Remember, I told you the key word is luxury. That means that we have luxury restaurants. And in a luxury restaurant, I'm sure that if you go to one that is near you, you will not go in flip-flops and shorts and in tank top. You need to dress appropriately, and that also makes it so much beautiful and so much more beautiful in the evening. So for men, you need closed shoes, long pants, and a shirt that can be a polo shirt, but it at least need to have a collar, and you can do short sleeve, not especially long sleeve, but the collars would be the most important thing. So no tank tops. And for ladies, you will have they can wear a nice capri pant, or just dressing nice. And if you look like you're going to the gym, don't go to the a la carte restaurant dressed like that. Nothing raggedy, dirty, or sportsy. So you need to dress up for the occasion, pretty much. Just think about if you were going to a luxury restaurant near you, and there you go. So we have the steakhouse, which is called Tierra. This one is semi-open, so there's no air conditioning. It's by the ocean. You hear the ocean, you feel the ocean, and you will have all the steak cuts. And then just by its side, you will have the fish and seafood, which is called Mar. So again, no air conditioning, by the ocean, hear the ocean, feel the ocean. All very nice menu over there. And then you have the Mexican restaurant, which has been remodeled in the past few years. So beautiful, very high-end, with this beautiful terrace if you want to dine outdoor, with all the lights and everything. That's one of my favorite spots in the resort, actually. And the food is absolutely incredible. It's high-end Mexican. You even have this tasting menu if you want to try different thing. You better be hungry. And then you have the very classy French restaurant. This is the only restaurant that we have that has 2 stories, so you can have a different experience if you are upstairs or downstairs, with such delicacies and the French music in the back. The Italian restaurant also with a terrace available outdoor, but inside it's so pretty with the stones and the columns and the painted ceiling like it was a sky. Very, very nice. And then the Tamansari, I guess it's my favorite, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to choose. But this one also has been completely remodeled. But I'm so impressed with the decoration over there, and the food is so great. I'm really into Asian food, actually. So you will have food from India, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Thailand. Very nice. and the Japanese restaurant, which is actually 3 restaurants into one. So the Ginger. Now, you do have one section of the restaurant that you just go, no reservation, and you're sitting at a table with the regular menu. You will have, again, another option, which is the sushi bar. There are a lot of people that are going to do that. Actually, they go to the sushi bar at the beginning, like very early at 6, because let's face it, when you eat sushi, you're going to be hungry 2 hours after that. I don't know if it happens to you, it happens to me. So you can go, for example, have a few appetizers, sushi, and then go dine somewhere else afterwards, because there's no limitations to the amount of restaurants you can visit. So no reservation for the sushi bar. There's a different menu. And then you have the Ibashi Grill. So the famous teppanyaki show. We do have 4 rooms for the teppanyaki show, but these require a previous reservation because it is a show. It has set times and there's limited spacing. So that would be with the concierge on the same day. So in the morning, they do arrive at their desk at 9 a.m. So you can go and make reservation for the Ginger. We're going to see the restaurants restriction in a second when we start talking about the Valentin Cares protocols during COVID-19. So there you go. I told you before that we also had a very nice group, small group program. So let's see a little bit more details over there. This small group program will apply for groups from 4 to 7 rooms with a minimum of 3 nights. So if you have guests traveling together, it can even be with different tour operator, because sometimes you have, guests that are coming from different parts, and it could be it could be something that happened. But as long as you have 4 to 7 rooms traveling together, you can even mix them up with direct bookings. They will qualify if you have 4 to 7 with a minimum of 3 nights. So this email address you see at the bottom, so it's very important for you. Groups and weddings at valentinmaya.com. No E at Valentin. So groups and wedding at valentinmaya.com. You will contact Fabiola, who's our groups and wedding supervisor, and let them know that you have all those bookings traveling together. And then we're going to start planning. It's personalized. We're going to need to define who's the group leader, because we're going to give them a gift if they arrive all together at the same time, so we can do a group check-in, and they're going to have little perks like a semi-private cocktail party that will be included with appetizer and a premium bar. Usually it's held between Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. So you're going to be you need to make this arrangement with your groups and wedding supervisor. So she's going to need all kinds of details, as I mentioned, to prepare everything for this group. But it's kind of very nice, just to do something for those, because we have a lot of those. We have a lot, especially 4 rooms traveling together. We have a lot of those, and it's nice to do a little something extra. Special amenities. You remember at the beginning I mentioned that a lot of people came to celebrate special events. So the resort will give special amenities for complimentary for different kind of events, which are birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, because people propose at Valentin. So engagements, honeymoons, graduation that I told you about. So look on the top. It's my favorite amenity. It is so pretty. And I think our chef just came, I want to say it in Spanish now, our El Jefe Pastelero. So I can't, I'm blocking on this in English right now, but he came up with this like in a day. I was like, are you kidding me? It is so pretty. So there you go, graduation. Our repeat guests, I mentioned that we have a lot. So it is important that you mention also the number of visits for your clients, because believe it or not, it won't make it less true. Our most repeat customer has been to the property over 52 weeks in total. So, and we've been open since the end of 2007. So he's been there 52 weeks. So 20 timers, that's not even uncommon. You will have 3 timers, 4 timers, 7 timers, 9 timers or more. So it is important to mention the number of visits, because the amenities can vary depending on the number of visits. We also have a new amenity for first responders and also retirement. So it is, I will say, you will have into your documentation all the descriptions and what you need to do. You can send me or my colleagues your special request, but it is important that you back them up on the tour operator side if you book for a tour operator. because now most of the tour operators are connected to our system. And if you just tell me and don't mention it on their side, and I put everything in the system for you, so to make sure that everything gets the corresponding amenities, and then for some reason their booking is modified, it could be an internal something on the tour operator side, then everything that I write is getting erased. So it is better that you let them know, and you can then let me know afterwards, or my colleague Carla, which I introduced at the end. I should have done that at the beginning. Actually, she's already there in the Q&A answering your questions. Hi, Carla. Thank you. So and I would recommend, if you have something like that, you want to check, that you do that 7 days in advance. Usually there's not going to be any movement in your booking on the tour operator side, if any, and it will let the property the time to make sure that they're on the list for making everything happening. So here we go. And also, just a quick word, if you're with Spoiled Agent, you already know we do have a rewards program for travel agents. It's called the Fan Club. So also important address, fan club at valentinmaya.com. So, and then you will be able to exchange your bookings. It can be tour operator bookings, it could be direct bookings, but you can exchange your bookings for points, and then you can redeem complimentary stay, VIP amenities for yourself or for your guest, and spot credits. Now, sometimes we do get agents that are asking, can you please give a special amenity on our behalf? One thing important to know right now is that with the Valentin Care protocols, we cannot send notes to the room. So that's one thing that is important. If you have, we do have the amenities that I mentioned previously. So if you really want to offer something on your behalf, you can do so with your points, and then you're going to have more options to do so as well for VIP amenities, because believe it or not, every guest you send us is a VIP guest. So here we go. And now we're going to see what the Valentin Care protocols are all about. So of course, when everything started, we had to catch up and make sure that all of our staff and guests were protected and feel safe on property. So the Valentin Care protocols have been implemented. Is 150 different new action in 6 main contact areas: arrival, rooms, public areas, dining, staff safety, and suppliers. We are partnering with the third-party partners for certification as well. The most known, and you probably know them by now, with Crystal International Standards. We also have the stamp from the Safe the Safe Travel Stamp. From the World Tourism and Travel Council. So we have that stamp too. And then if you look on TripAdvisor this year, the year that just finished, we received one of the best award resort for the property. So actually, if you want to see what's happening and what people are saying, just go and check our page on TripAdvisor. So what do we have with Crystal International Standards? You have all kinds of protocols and certification with Crystal. The most important right now is the POSI check, which is the prevention of the spread of infection, which was there before, but now has been adapted to COVID. And then the room check and the food check, which also were there before, but everything now we adapt. So everything has been adapted and we are fully certified over there. So there are protocols to follow so we don't lose our certification and make sure that everything is fine. Just a quick note also, we also pair a partner with Ecolab, which is the global leader in water, hygiene, and infection prevention solutions. So for the staff, so that you know, the staff will practice social distancing on their transportation. When they get on property, they have to walk on top of the sanitizing mats, and then there's going to be a temperature check and symptom assessment, and then they're going to be wearing at all times their personal protection equipment that corresponds to their work position. So everybody is wearing a mask over there for our staff. And they will, depending on their work position, either have gloves or not. If they have not, there's going to be frequent hand washing and using sanitizing gel, of course. But for the guests, when they arrive, the face mask is not mandatory. So guests who want to wear it, fine, it's absolutely fine. It is just not mandatory. For now, there is no quarantine period when you arrive at Mexico, so you will start enjoying your vacation right away. When the guests get into the property, it's not invasive. We have a thermal digital camera for the temperature check, so they're just going to walk in front of it, and it's going to determine their body temperature. There's going to be a full luggage disinfection. We have a new machine for that, so that is fully disinfected. Guests walk on sanitizing mats, and they're going to be offered sanitizing gel and towels upon arrival. We have different floor markers in key areas to reinforce social distancing, and they're going to do their check-in at the individual check-in desk that I mentioned before, and those desks are going to be sanitized after each check-in. And when guests arrive on property, they're going to have to sign a declaration of health, which needs to be signed in front of the front desk agent. And they're going to also have to sign that they recognize and acknowledge the health and safety protocols, and that they will respect them while on property. For the guest rooms, you will have extensive sanitation process. So for that to be easier, there's been a removal of all the unnecessary items, like we used to have maybe a notepad and a pen or things like that. So everything to make sure that everything is properly sanitized under the Crystal International standards, which is the POSI check and room check, using the Ecolab chemicals. And there's gonna, once a room has been sanitized, it's gonna be sealed, and you're gonna have a door hanger for control to let people know that it has been fully sanitized. And when guests get into their room, there's going to be a QR code that they can scan and see if what exactly has been done to their room in terms of protocols. And now we do have sanitizing gel as a new amenity, and personal departure kit as a new room amenity as well. So people have a backup if they don't have everything that they need for a safe return home. In the public areas, again, everything is sanitized hourly according to Crystal International standards, with the guidelines, and using EPTA Ecolab chemicals. There are new gel dispensers throughout the resort. The golf carts are disinfected after each use for transportation. There's social distancing with floor markers. The furniture has been rearranged to ensure social distancing as well. That would include the restaurants or the furniture in the lobby area or the lounge chairs. You will have the elevators that are sanitized hourly, and you need to get into the elevators one room at a time. It's one room at a time. And then we have reduced the eye touch surfaces. The example I always give for this is that we used to have this coffee station in the lobby where guests could self-serve coffee if they didn't want to go to the bar that is literally a few steps away. So this one, for example, has been removed because it's not supervised, and it's a high touch surface. So there's no self-service. Right now, and still, the gym facilities are closed. The resort has a very small gym. So right now, for our guest and staff safety, it has been closed. But what you have to compensate is that you're going to have a lot of fitness activities. So people can still get fit. And actually, the property, I would say, it is for the fitness, it's a runner's paradise. We have so many runners on property because you have so much ground where you can run. We even do a 5K race on Wednesday with our guests because we have so many runners. For the spa, extensive sanitation and disinfection. Some services will have been removed until further notice. You will have, for example, there's no facials right now, or for couples massage. If you're interested in a couple massage, you can do so, but in one of the palapas that we have that is outdoor. We cannot have two guests with two therapists in the same room at the same time. If they wanted to go indoor, they could do it, but in separate cabins. And then again, the daily activities and nightly entertainment with social distancing and disinfection. So that is important to mention too. And we actually have a journal, which is we're going to send that to you, but it's the easiest way for you guys to know what is going on right now, because you can look at it daily and see exactly what is happening activity-wise, restaurant-wise, Even you're probably going to see your guests' names and if they're celebrating something special because it's going to be mentioned in the journal. So you'll get that. Let's talk about food and beverage. So again, everything according to the standard to Crystal International standards. The buffet right now, the food is being served by the kitchen staff, just for the guest again safety and to reduce ITOSH services. We still have those sneeze guards on top of the food, but what we do have is a lot more grab and go items that people can just grab and go. Just to ensure as well. Just please don't put it back. It's supposed to grab and go. There you go. We have the new addition, which is the Valentin La Carte breakfast. And then tables have been rearranged for social distancing. Now, if we talk about dining, it is important that you know that with the Valentin Cares protocols, it is a max 6 people per table. So if you have more than 6 guests traveling together, they will be able to sit together, but at 2 different tables. It is a max of 6 people per table. So, and you will need a previous reservation if you have 4, 5, 6 or more guests that want to dine together in the evening. So you will need to go and see your the concierge to make a reservation. So everything is prepared, and we know that they're going to come and dine to make sure that everything is set for social distancing. It is a la carte only in the evening right now. We used to have special fiestas outdoor. For now, it has been suspended, but you get all the same beautiful kind of food and wonderful kind of food in the a la carte restaurants in the evening. There is the menu right now is a QR code, but if you don't have, if you have guests who don't have a cell phone, because remember the internet is included, the Wi-Fi is included, but if they don't have a cell phone, we do have one copy that is plastified and that is sanitized before and after each use for guests to look at the menu as well. And it is like with the room service. So the room service too, with that I mentioned before, is with the QR code. And for the suppliers, so the ITOUch surfaces and shared areas have been are probably monitored, all the personal equipment, the access, the storage, everything, and it's one supplier at a time. The delivered goods are thoroughly sanitized upon arrival, and the outer packaging promptly disposed of, removed and disposed of. We do have allowed third-party representation. If you are booked through a tour operator, for example, you're going to see the Amstar rep over there. For assistance and tours, but just know that I do not know which tours are available right now because the property doesn't sell tours directly. We do have for people who are traveling with the resort directly, there's a concession, but it's a third party. It's not the resort that sells tours. But we just so you know, if your guests go on the tour, when they come back, they will go through the same procedure as they did when they arrived on property, which means that they're going to have their temperature checked and they're going to have sanitizing towels and sanitizing gel. And now the date, January 12, where the US decided, or other countries as well, actually, decided to impose new restrictions. So now to be able to go back to the US, people need to get tested. And that's probably a premiere for you because it just happened. It was announced yesterday that now we do provide the antigen testing at no cost for your guests on property directly. So it is now available. You have the antigen test at no cost. And this will be, this relief measure will stay in place as long as the CDC and the other government travel regulations stay in effect. So right now, you will get the antigen testing at no cost. That is important to mention. If your guest wanted, for some reason, a PCR test, we do have it available, or again on site at $108 plus tax if they wanted to do that. And we do have the complimentary quarantine hospitality for up to 14 nights after the checkout date. So if the guest is positive, they need to, you probably know that by now, they need to provide a negative test when they board, when they're about to board their flight, or, I can never remember what it's called, the paperwork that you have if you have tested positive before, and then you have a letter from your travel not for your travel, from your doctor or from an authority that says that you are okay to travel. If you you will require this test. So what is happening is that the appointment for this test, which is available again on property at no cost right now, the antigen test, parenthesis, it is the one that is approved to go back to the United States. So if you arrive on property, you will need to make your appointment right away. So it is scheduled to be tested up to 72 hours prior to your flight departure. That is very important. If you will get this paper where this actually the result that's very, very fast. Just to be on the safe side, we're going to say that you're going to say it on, you're going to get it on the same day, but usually you get the result within 15 minutes, pretty much 15 minutes to a half hour, and you will be able to get either a printed copy or an electronic copy upon your preference. So these tests will be, but the appointment is made upon arrival. It is very important. We do not do those in advance because it's very swift process. But when people make their appointment, it has to go very swiftly. So they have the schedule over there, and it needs to be managed directly on property. So just so you know, it's important to mention. If we also have the complimentary quarantine hospitality period for up to 49. So of course, for this, you need to have a minimum 3 nights stay that is required. So the quarantine for up to 14 nights. I just remember also, I forgot and I stepped on over one point. It is every guest's responsibility to ensure that they make the timely travel arrangement and testing arrangement when they arrive on property or when they plan this travel. Again, we recommend that you get tested 72 hours prior to your flight. So you would need at least the 3 nights minimum stay for that. And for the quarantine, and I know that you're going to get I'm going to have a lot of questions over there, so I'm just going to go and say what is out there, and then we're going to review your maybe your doubts. So for example, the quarantine area, it is a dedicated area, and if your guests need to be quarantined, they will need to move to a room in that is a deluxe junior suite in block number 3, in building number 3. I put block, I mean building number 3 on the ground floor. The room service is included when they're going to be quarantined. They need to stay in the room at all times, and then they're going to get phone calls from the doctor to assess their well-being. So we see what so they are able to get cleared when they have to go back into the United States. Once your test is positive, again, you will need to get a paper from the doctor to that confirms that with your COVID positive test that you're able to travel. So you need to be clear by then. So you're going to need a medical consultation for that, just to ensure that everything is properly revised. It's not just only done by phone. And usually most of the travel insurance company will cover this service. So it is very important for you guys to check with the travel insurance company for your guest as well for this. The quarantine period, it will be defined by the doctor on site, the hospital doctor. It is a third party. It's a very well recognized chain of hospitals. So they are the one administering everything. So these doctor will actually define the quarantine period because it can vary. If some people have mild symptoms, for example, it could be less than 14 days, but usually it is standard to have 14 days quarantine period. So it may vary. So it applies for the guest originally sharing a room. Like if I had a couple that was in that were traveling together, then the quarantine, the free or complimentary quarantine would apply to them both if they shall remain in the same room. Now, people often ask, yeah, but what if I have a guest that tests positive and a guest that tests negative? Can they quarantine together? The answer is yes, they will be able to quarantine together. But for the guests who test negative, just keep in mind the same rules apply. You're in quarantine, so you need to stay in the room at all times, and you will have the room service available for your meals. And then just this guest, though, remember that he has a negative test that has been done before the quarantine. So these will have to be tested again to be cleared to be able to take their flights 3 days prior to the departure. So for the second test, this one is not included though, and that would go at the cost of $33 plus tax. I think it's $39 including the tax. Just to make sure that they have the mandatory paperwork on time. And finally, I told you that we had a travel agent promotion right now, so you should have received it by now. It is our Valentin. You see, there's an E there at Valentin Imperial Riviera Maya. So the Valentin promotion, it is available throughout for booking with a booking window throughout the month of February. So until February 28th, you will be able to book this special promotion. It is available for travel until December 23rd, 2021. So the checkout would be on the 24th. And it is, of course, upon availability and depending on the travel dates. So you need to let us know which room category you're interested in. I think I did a pretty thorough presentation of the room categories there. So you let us know which room category you're interested in. There is a special code, which is spoil VI that you need to mention. You're going to get all the mandatory paperwork also, or everything that you need on the spoil agent site. There is one note though, the antigen test is not, or PCR, depending if you wanted that test instead of the antigen, it is not included at those rates. So it would be it would be $33 plus tax for this test if you are traveling with this travel agent promotion or a travel agent rate, or if you have a complimentary stay, or if you're booking with the fan club, it does not include the antigen testing. So you see the date breaks right there. So it already started. We already have agents actually on site right now traveling with this promotion. Well, it's available until December 23rd. The thing that we did right now for you guys is that sometimes there are a lot of agents that want to do a self-fam, and they don't necessarily want to share a room with someone. So what you get in this promotion is that the single occupancy has been considerably reduced. So take advantage. This is your chance. So throughout the month of our February, it is let's say it's our Valentine's Day promotion, but it goes throughout the whole month of February. Thank you so much. I don't even know how much I talked. I try to talk fast because there's so much ground to cover. So thank you again. I just love this picture. Isn't this lady so pretty? I mean, seriously, with all the columns and the arches. It's right by Plaza España over there. So our website is valentinmaya.com. And my name is Evelyn Lebron. I'm going to go back to the slide, but if you want to take down write down my email address, it's Evelyn with an E. It's French Canadian. So Evelyn with an E dot Lebron, like LeBron James, but with a U instead of the O, at valentinmaya.com. Valentin, no E. And there you go. So I am marketing and business development manager on property. And I also talked to you about Carla, who is generously answering all the questions as much as possible in the Q&A question as we speak. So this is Carla. So Carla Lorenzana. So she is a BDM. She actually oversees also the US and Canada. So Carla.Lorenzana at valentinmaya.com. Carla.Lorenzana at valentinmaya.com. Just one more second. And then for everything, all groups and weddings, you will have our wedding supervisor or group supervisor, groups and wedding supervisor, Mrs. Fabiola Vasquez. So that would be groups and weddings at valentinmaya.com. Groups, so look at that smile. So there you go. So Fabiola, groups and weddings at valentinmaya.com. So while I give back I don't even know how to say that. Back to you, Kelly. I'm just going to leave the slides.
You're like a news host, like you're doing your story and then it's like back to you, Kelly.
Back to you, Kelly. Thank you.
Wow, that was great. That was really, really good. I don't know. I'm kind of, I love detail. I love detailed information. and we started working with Valentin early this year, of course, with the agent rates and the great incentive program, and of course this webinar, and right from the beginning, just all of making sure your page is updated, having all of the detailed necessary information for all us agents when we're going to look for information. You guys are just totally on top of it, and this presentation was just amazing. So
Thank you.
yeah, that's great. So it is 2:10, so I guess we're
Yeah, there you go.
an hour and 10 minutes. I'm so glad
And I cut information.
No, that was great. So there are a lot of questions here. I know that Carla's been a busy little bee answering questions along the way, but there are still quite a bit in the Q&A. So we're going to dig into those and get started. But you know, we totally understand that you might have to be somewhere else.
I'm good. I'm there as much time as you need. It's probably the other people that need to be somewhere. If you do, that's fine. You can always write to us, but I'm here, you know, all the time you need.
That's great. Yeah, actually, Evelyn, I was just saying, yeah, Evelyn, you and I are here and we're going to answer all of the questions. We're not leaving, but I just wanted to let the agents know, if you do have to scoot off to something else, you have somewhere to be, don't worry. We are recording this and it will be posted on the dedicated Valentin page within Spoiled Agent within 24 hours. So maybe you can come back and listen to the Q&A later when you have a little bit of time. But we're here for the long haul. So there you go. Actually, just really quick, I wanted to, Carl, if you don't mind, I'm not sure if you're there or not. I know you were busy.
I'm here.
You're here. Good.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. And thank you so much, Carly. You've done an amazing job. I think she's answered 52 questions already.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been very busy. Thank you, everyone, for all of your questions. I know I have some of those questions are pending. I'm trying to answer as fast as I can, but don't worry, because
but now we can do it live.
We'll do it live.
The questions right now.
So. Yeah, hey, actually, Carl, I just want to ask a quick question. Anything that is sitting open in the Q&A you have not addressed yet, correct?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, so and I just want to give a shout out to we've had about 20 agents following us along via the FaceTime Live as well. So thanks guys for following along. They're commenting and doing all sorts of great stuff. So just wanted to if you guys have any questions, you can type in the comment area and I'll make sure that we get to those. All right, so okay, so Julie was wondering if we can go back to the FAM rate slide again. You know what, Julie, I'm gonna, do you want to do that, or I can easily send that?
Look, it's right there.
Oh, right there, perfect. Okay, we're gonna sit there. And of course, Julie, you can visit, or any of you guys, I do have these detailed, it's like a 3 pages long with everything you need to know to be able to take advantage of this. Just go to the dedicated page in Spoiled Agent. I posted the link, direct page link in the Facebook comment area and also in the chat box, or just log in and you can find, of course, the Valentin under the incentive tab, because I have a great incentive program and an agent rate tab, okay? And you can download it there. Okay, so here it is. How do we register with this property? So I think let's talk about the incentive program. Is there a need to register, or?
Yes. Okay. So, well, I think all the information is actually on Spoiled Agent right away, if it's easier for you. Otherwise, just send an email to fanclub@valentinmaya.com. Where do I have that slide? Let's see.
You know what? I can post it if you want.
Fanclub@valentinmaya.com. Just send an email and we're going to send you all the information that you need to register and the proper documentation. Fanclub@valentinmaya.com.
Yes, no problem. And actually I had a couple of agents are asking where can they find the recorded version afterwards. So again, if you just log into Spoiled Agent and go to the Valentin dedicated page within the website, it's going to be posted at the bottom of the page. We record all of our webinars because we understand that you can't be everywhere all at once. But I am actually going to post the dedicated page link once again, so it's nice and handy for you guys. Okay. Great. Okay, so next question. Long pants for guys at all restaurants at night, closed shoes for guys, or nice sandals, open toe acceptable?
Well, I didn't get into that much detail for the dress code because I do have it very detailed on the fact sheet that I'm going to share with you guys. I think you do have the fact sheet as well, an unspoiled agent. I'm not sure, I can't remember. But there you go. So there are the you remember at the beginning I told you that there was two restaurants that are not air conditioned because they're semi-open by the ocean. This is where this is the Tierra, which is the steakhouse, and you have the Mar, which is the fish and seafood. Okay, so there it's the dress code is a little bit less strict than in the restaurants that you will have that are on the other side with your conditioning. So if I don't want to be mistaken, but usually you for those restaurants for men you can have like the capri pants or nice dressed Bermuda and nice dressed sandals. That would be the other options for a little less strict dress code.
There you go. That's great. Do the groups offer a special promo code? So maybe Dawn's question is maybe would that be booking possibly with tour operators? Maybe because I think if they booked with you direct, they wouldn't need.
No, well, if you have a small group, you just there's no code for that. You just send us all the booking information and let us know that they travel together, and then we're gonna ask you some questions about the flights and who's the group leader and everything, and we're gonna take everything from there. If you have bigger groups, starting at 8 rooms all the way to the top, you have a medium group or a large group. Well, depending on if you're doing business with the property or a tour, or if you go through a tour operator. They're going to be giving a code for this group, but there's no code to book like the small group program, for example. We just need the booking information for you.
Awesome. Okay. Do you have tours where clients can get picked up at your resort and go to Tulum?
Like I said, we're not selling the tours directly. The hotel does not that. We do have the concession, or you have the tour operator as well that will offer you different tours. As far as I know, but then again, this is really not my area of expertise. But as far as I know, you absolutely have right now. And I'm seeing pictures of people who have been to Tulum really recently. So I believe that the Tulum Marines are opened. We really need to check that with a DMC. But I believe that the ruins are open, and of course, all the tours. When you purchase a tour, they almost always come and pick you up at the property.
Yeah, especially yeah. So do you have a list of excursions, or maybe can you provide an email address for the concession?
The concession. Well, I used to be a representative. I told you that. So those guys over there that work for your tour operator, DMC, it's their salary. The tours that they sell over there. So if you book through a wholesaler, I would really it's just a cry from the ex-representative. I would really recommend that they go and book with their DMC or like, let's say, I'd always say it's easier when I say Amstar for all the ALG brands. The thing is that when you do that, also you will get assistance from there if anything that happens with a tour. So they will have. I know that, for example, on Vax right now, if you go to you will be able to get all the tour lists that everything is going on right now, or everything that is not going on right now for the pandemic. Okay. But the one third party that we have on property, which is actually one of your tour operators, also DMC, it's Best Day Travel. So I think it's bestdaytravel.com or something like that. But if you just make a search on Google for Best Day Travels, you will get their site, their website, and then you can go in the section that says tours, and then you could just click on Riviera Maya because you're in Riviera Maya, and then you're going to be able to get the tours.
Okay. All right, great. Okay, so there's lots of questions here, which I feel like you've answered a lot of them. About the COVID and testing and everything, but I think it's so important. Do you mind if we just buzz through them really quick again, or?
I'm not seeing the question, so can you help me out?
Yeah, oh, of course, of course. So I'm just asking if you don't mind, because I'm just giving you a heads up. We're going to do it again.
Okay.
All right, good. Okay, here we go. Is there a place to get COVID test on property prior to leaving the resort?
Yes, you have to make the appointment upon arrival, and then you're gonna have the testing available on site.
Excellent. Okay. Are you providing the COVID test for the guests to depart? Oh, I'm so sorry. And what is the cost?
There's no cost for the first test at this time. It's brand new. It started yesterday, so there's no cost for the antigen test. The PCR test, which is not a mandatory test for the U.S. Right now, the U.S. is accepting the antigen test. So right now, it is the antigen test that will be available for free.
Great. Okay, so that answers that question as well. All right. So can you just recap really quick? What if they test positive? Either one of them. Okay. Let's start with one person.
Okay, so if they test positive, one of them, well, they're gonna have to be quarantined. It's like everywhere else in the world, you have a positive person. You need to prevent the spread for the rest of the population. So they will have to be quarantined. So we have the complimentary quarantine right now up to 14 nights after the original checkout date. And they will have to go into the dedicated area. They will be moved to the Deluxe Junior Suite Block 3 on the ground floor. And they will have to remain in their rooms. They cannot receive visits from other guests either. So if you had one positive and one negative, or one positive or two positive, everybody who wants to stay in the same room, if they were traveling in the same room originally, they will be moved to that room. They need to remain there for the time being. They're going to be assessed by the doctor. The doctor is going to determine the quarantine period. They're going to check up on them periodically to make sure everything is all right. And then if you tested positive, the guest that tested positive, let's say that they both tested positive, it's not recommended that you get a second test. So what they're going to do is that they're going to have to have a medical consultation to make sure before they leave, when the doctor tells that it's time, that they are assessed and they're properly assessed. So they're going to have to go to this consultation, which is usually covered by all the travel insurance companies. And then they're going to get a letter to pair with their positive test to give to what's the call? Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, so they call that the documentation of something. And this is what is going to be valid to get on to the airline: the positive test result and the note from the doctor that you're actually recovered and that you're safe to go back to the United States. If the second person tested negative, some people decide to go back home. It depends on who's traveling with who. They can decide to go back home, or they can decide to quarantine for free with the person who tested positive. But remember that you need to give a test that has been taken up to 72 hours before departure. So if you had a test that first tested negative and he or she was quarantined with somebody who tested positive, then they will have to do another test, and this one is not going to be included, just to make sure that they're cleared to go back. Now, and then they would be able to go back.
And then if they weren't positive, they might be positive after quarantine.
Yeah, it's really a question of choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, the quarantine period is for 14 nights. It doesn't mean that it's going to be 14 nights, but this is the period that would be covered.
Great. And I would assume Robin's question is, she pretty much just wrote declaration of recovery form.
Yes, thank you so much.
Way to go, Robin. So what type of test is it that antigen test? Like what?
Antigen test? Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, New York. But do you know what?
ANTIGEN antigen test. This is the one that is provided for free, the first test on property.
Yeah. Do you happen to know what type of test it is?
You mean like where they took the? I'm not even gonna go I read what is happening in China right now. The antigen testing is a swab in your nose.
Yeah, no, I think they know it. Are there different brands? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with this. Are there different brands of tests? Maybe that's
I
Sam's
think
asking?
so. I think so, but they're managed from with us. Remember, this is a third party. We're not medical providers.
Right.
We're a hotelier, so we have to have the assistance of our third party partner. So they are the one who are managing their test. I know it appears on their website, which is hospitin.com. Or hospitangroup.com, and they will tell you which brand, but I can't remember by heart. And if they decide to change, we don't really have control over that, but they do have information on their website.
That's great. I'm going to take a Facebook question here. Emily's asking, how far in advance should one book a honeymoon suite? Is the honeymoon suite on the renovated side?
I don't know what a honeymoon suite is. I think any kind of suite can be a honeymoon suite.
So they're all
it
any
really
suite that you
depends
have
on
a
the.
romantic.
I would need to know which room category you're talking about. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Now the agent rates. Is it possible to use a CLIA our CLIA to take advantage of?
Absolutely. CLIA or IATA, no, yes, we'll need your numbers, but yes, you can use your CLIA. And if you're an independent travel agent and you have your CLIA or IATA from your host agent, that is also good.
Great. Okay, what is the charge for lobster or the range of cost?
Ooh, that's, oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever had that question for such a long time. Ooh, I'm not sure.
That's okay.
I think it's around like $45 US with tax for
40.
a lobster dish, I think.
Okay, that's fair.
Wow.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, put me on the spot. Why don't
I know. Hey, you just wait. You guys have volunteered for my Stump Your BD on
It's
Jeopardy.
okay.
There you go. You just wait.
Okay.
What about a true number for the agent rates?
What does that mean?
There's a CLIA, there's the IATA.
Oh yeah, true is fine
true.
too. Yeah. I thought like you meant a genuine number. I was like, what kind of genuine number do you mean? Yeah, true, of course, yes.
Okay. Actually, this came up a couple times when passengers are quarantining. And I'm sorry, you said it was a room block 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
3. Yeah. Are they allowed on their balcony when they're quarantining?
Yes. They're allowed on their balcony or terrace, but they're not allowed out. I mean, they cannot like leave the room. So let's say that the balcony and terrace is it is an extension of the room. It's still part of the room. So
Right.
balcony and terrace, yes.
Great.
So this is number 3. This is where the doctor office is. So number 3 is right here. That would be on the ground floor there. But you have to stay in your room. So pretty much, I don't think it really matters where it's exactly located.
Right.
I think what is important is that you have the doctor's office.
Yeah. I guess another thing, do you have like passengers that are not quarantining staying in that building 3?
On the higher floors, but there's a security everywhere, so nobody can. The way that it's made, if you take the stairs or the elevator to go to the upper floors, you will not be getting that close to the doors or to the rooms, and even the staff is not allowed in there. So there you would have the upper floors, but right now it's I don't know that it's used, but I think everybody has been in building 4 and 5. But yeah, just the ground floor of this building. So it is possible that you have guests on the 2nd and 3rd floor, but they will not like have contact with the guys on the ground floor.
Great. Okay. Have you had any quarantine travelers?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so far. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
As last week, no. When it started, no. I'd have to double check on that. I'm really not sure. Maybe I'm not up to date, but I'm not sure.
That's okay. No worries. Okay, but and just confirming, all the doctor visits are done on the property, even the follow-up appointment.
Well, yeah, the doctor is on site 24 hours 7. So everything is done on property, unless, of course, if you have a guest that like has really like bad symptoms and the doctor judges that it's no more quarantine, they need to be hospitalized, then they're gonna have to go to the hospital.
Okay, great, awesome. Okay, so here's the question following up to what we were just talking about. What happens if someone tested positive and then the family member who tested negative stays with them, and then the person that tested negative then tests positive after the quarantine before the flight?
Well, the quarantine period is for 14 nights. So this is what I mentioned earlier. After the 14 nights, if you need to stay on property longer, then it's gonna have we're gonna have how do they call the relief rates? Special relief rates for that if you need to stay longer.
Perfect. Neil, yeah, 100%. Quarantine guests, they are allowed on their balcony. Yes, 100%. Okay, I think this is going to be our last question here. And it's more COVID, all the good fun stuff. Anybody who typed your question in the chat box and we haven't gotten to it, please, if you don't mind just copying it and throwing it in the Q&A, and then we can get to it then. Or we will be reviewing the chat afterwards just to make sure we answered everybody's question, and we'll make sure that we email you directly with an answer. Okay, Michelle, what is the cost of the medical consultation?
It's I think the general consultation that they need is $87. I'm not sure if that includes tax or not. I think it does. That's paid directly to the doctor. So that's a general consultation is usually around it. Well, that's actually a discounted rate. It's usually higher than that, but it's going to be $87. I'm not sure if it includes tax or not.
Great. Okay. And is payment required at the time of service? I would think so, yeah.
What service?
I guess service of the consultation. Sorry, this is the same question, but she has like 3 questions within the one. I would assume they'd have to pay. They have the medical consultation, then they pay it right there and then, right?
If there were any charge for testing, if they decided that they wanted a PCR test after testing positive with the other test because they wanted more thorough result because it's not a rapid test, or if they for some reason they had a second antigen test, like in the example that we saw before, this is paid with the resort. That means at the front desk. But for the consultation, that would be paid on the spot directly at the doctor's office.
Great. Okay. So Ruth actually had a question, and I went back to her directly, but just wondering if these spam rates that we were these amazing Valentine spam rates, it's an exclusive offer, short time, you got to book up before the end of Feb. Are these all inclusive rates?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Except for the test.
Of course, the test is not included, but not even the transfers are not included. So you have to get yourself to the property. Is for once you're on the property, everything but your test is included. How's that?
No, you don't get the transportation included because it's not like really part of the all-inclusive. The transportation, we do work with a third-party partner. We don't have our own transportation either on property. We do work with a third party, so we do have special rates if you decided that you wanted this service. But when we talk about when it's the all-inclusive program that is included, is that you would get your meals, your drinks, you get your room, and the activities that are on site as well.
Nice. Well, looks like Tammy wants to head down and spend her 50th with you.
Oh, yay!
What do you think? Yes, Tammy.
We have so many agents that actually come with us to celebrate their anniversaries or their birthdays. And we feel so blessed because our agents, they're all part of our family. So it's like, hey, I'm coming home to celebrate my anniversary. It's like,
that's awesome. Okay, Ashley, I have a question. Just want to prove something to everybody. Okay, so how long have you been with the Valentin Imperial Riviera Maya?
Well, okay. I was there when the resort opened, but I was working for the tour operator. So at the end of 2007, it was actually my zone, and Valentin was my main property. This is where I had most of my clients. And I actually there was another hotel that I'm not going to name that used to have those gazillion problems. And I was always changing. I made them change resort to come to the Valentin. So I was there then. I started with Valentin officially with the property in July 2008. Then I left for a few years between 2012 and I came back in 2017. Except I came back on the US side. I didn't go back to the Canadian side, which I was taking care of at the beginning.
Right. Well, I just want to say, I know I also deal with Marie here in Canada. You guys know I'm based in Canada, of course.
You want to hear a funny story? Marie used to be my boss.
No way, really?
He used to be my boss at this wholesaler that I told you about. I loved that company, but it doesn't exist anymore.
No. Well, And I don't know, don't know how long has Carla been with you guys?
Actually, Carla, I'm not exactly sure when she started, and she can, but I want to answer first, and then she can talk if she's still there.
Yeah, I'm
And
here.
she used to be head of the customer care department. She also was the assistant to the GM at one point too.
Insider.
Yeah, so yeah,
Connected.
she's been there for a while, but I'm gonna let her answer now.
Hi, Kelly. Well, yeah, well, that's the truth. Actually, it was around 10 years ago that I was living in Playa del Carmen, and then I was looking for a job, and I went to the Valentin and got this job as the assistant to the general manager. That's correct.
Mhm.
And then I was the customer service manager after. And after that, well, a lot of things happened. And then I had the opportunity to move to Canada. Now I'm living in Toronto. And then when I started looking for a job, someone told me that they were looking for a BDM to be based in Canada. So that was a great opportunity for me because I was already here and I knew the property and I was in love with the property. So here I am. I got the job.
Well, that's amazing. Well, I just want to say, just agents, if you look, here are, I don't know, 3 immediate people that we're dealing with on a regular basis, but all of them have been there for a long time. So
Hey, I just have an update. I just looked at my messages because I was not looking at my messages, but now, thanks to all our fabulous team that are actually also listening to this webinar, I can confirm to you that the lobster rate is $50 plus tax, so that would be $58 for the lobster dish.
Perfect. Actually, an agent put in the chat box that last year it was 50, so the price hasn't gone up. That's awesome.
I think I said 45.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's 50 plus tax, so that would be $58 US.
Yeah, but anyways, I just wanted to say, just point out that these are all long time, dedicated, part of the Valentin family. And
Kelly, I'm telling you, there is something so special about Valentin, and we are a family-owned business. We're a part of the family. It's just you see, I left that I couldn't do anything else but come back. You have no idea how much I missed the resort for the time that I decided to leave and tried to pursue other things just by out of curiosity. There was such a bad call on my behalf. I couldn't do anything else. I had to come back. And we're a big family. Our agents are part of our big family. Our guests are part of our big family. But yeah, there's something special about it. And I think it's a quality that you get when it's rare nowadays. You don't have that many hotels that are like a family-owned business, tiny one standalone hotel. It's rare. And I think it shows.
Yeah, no, it does. You guys are definitely special. Special. Okay. So I think this is it. I just actually, again, I did mention agents who were tuned in yesterday. We launched our Stump Your BDM Jeopardy or Jeopardy, and Evelyn has agreed to sponsor. I think we're going to be up in March? I think we did.
Yes, but you know what? Beware, because I already have been on a real game show on TV, and that's real, and I won. And well, and I won a trip to Paris.
No way! Wow, well, that's great. Well, I know we haven't started promoting it yet, and we will be, but March 15th, of course, is going to be the day that we roll out the Stump Your BDM with Valentin, and I believe you guys are going to be giving us some nights to give away as one of the giveaways, and hopefully we can find a really hard question to stump Evelyn. I don't know if it's possible, but we sure can try, right, guys? Because we come up with the questions, and we'll see if we can make you get one wrong. Because that
would have been a good question. How much is the lobster?
I know. Okay, we need something along the lines of that, everybody. Okay, great, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to send you the chat box, and maybe you can take a look at the Facebook, or somebody from your team can. There are lots of agents that have clients booked. they're, you know, that in the future that clients are coming and they're booking, or they're looking at booking, booking the property. I have lots of agents that are coming down and want to book and come and see you. So it's, yeah, it's wonderful. So it's very
Oh, it
exciting.
is, absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
so happy.
Yes, I'm so happy too. Okay, so it's 2:39.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this part. I
Yeah.
almost feel like we're talking directly, everybody. You know, you don't know how much I miss live events, like
Yeah.
to be able to chat with you guys in real life. Now it is as good as it gets, but I'm really enjoying it right now.
Nice, nice. Well, and again, you will see in the chat box, there's lots of love your way, lots of really positive comments about you. And of course the property as well, but just you kind of taking care of us agents and just making sure we're getting the right answers and you know, all that great stuff. So there you go. We're a big team. That's right, Tammy. We will help you win. Okay, guys. I'm gonna say goodbye. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And Carla, you rock for answering all of
Thank
those
you.
questions.
Thank you.
You did amazing.
I was busy all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Your fingers are probably sore, but I think you answered, I don't know, like over 50 questions. And I think we just buzzed through about 30. So lots of questions today, which was great. And Evelyn, this is your show. I'm going to pass it back to you and let you close it all down. How's that?
Oh, all right. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for all of those who stuck until the end. Actually,
Yeah.
I'm seeing like we had about 80 people still here.
Yeah,
That's
we had 80,
incredible.
another 17 on Facebook.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's great.
goodness. So thank you guys so much for all the time that you dedicated to us today, and we're really looking forward to have you guys coming and visit us. Even if it's not your anniversary or birthday that you just want to experience the Valentin, it's going to be a real pleasure for us to have you guys over there.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys later.
Maybe Carla should say a few words too.
Oh, sure, Carla, go ahead.
Thank you. Well, the same. Thank you everyone for all your support and preference during these difficult times. It is a real pleasure to work with all of you. Evelyn and I, we love to answer all of your emails and try to give all the answers to you, help with requests and everything that you may need. So thank you very much for everything. And yeah, of course, we look forward to having you to experience the Valentin. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
See you soon, hopefully.
Yes.